guys, I'm April from Giggle Glitter Graphics, and today I'm going to play with some of these junk mail envelopes I've let pile up. This is just a few from my stash. I have a whole pile on my cart over here. So I thought it's about time I started using them, and I'm going to try and make a couple things to maybe go inside of my next journal. But I thought I would give you a sneak peek at that journal really quickly. I'm working on my Dark Forest journal. This is made with the Dark Forest journal kit, and this is available in my Etsy shop. I've got all of my signatures ready to go. I've got my pages. I've kind of picked a bunch of things to go in here. I think there's some fun stuff. I'm excited to see what it looks like when it's put together. So my signatures are ready to go in. I've done a little embroidery so I can cut these apart and use them in my journal. And I've been working on the cover, and I'll show you what this is in a second. This is a 2-layer cover. I used chipboard and covered it in pieces of a scarf that I had. And then I've used some lace from some of my niece's old costumes. And I've got kind of an inside cover and an outside cover going right now. So this is the outside. There it is, front and back. This is the inside. I have pockets here with the lace. And I'll glue these together once I'm ready. But I thought this would give me the freedom to just sew and not worry about how I'm going to hide everything later on. So I'll just glue those both together and it'll be kind of a double layer cover. I think it's going to work well. I'm sure it's a thing. And then for the front, I'm working on this embellishment for the front. And this is a vintage light switch plate. I got this at the thrift store. And I added a Tim Holtz lock plate on top of that. And I used a bunch of, I've got shimmery tulle here and then some regular tulle. And I thought maybe it was like, this is the entrance to the Dark Forest. I'm not sure. I tried to make it kind of like a fluttery, leafy pattern. And I want to put this on the front. It's a little heavy, but it's not too bad. But I feel like I need to add something else. Like it's a little plain and I need to pull this kind of metallic metal tone through the front. So I'm at a little bit of a standstill on that. But that's it. That's my sneak peek as to where I'm at with my next journal. But today we're going to take a break from that. I'm going to play with the junk mail envelopes. So I did a little peek online trying to get some inspiration, watch some YouTube videos, and I found a video by Treasure Books, and I will link that video down below. And she shows like 10 different ways to use these junk mail envelopes. It's a great video. You should go watch it. And I'm going to try to do a couple of those and make them work inside of my new journal with those colors. And well, let's see how this goes. So I think the easiest one was to just kind of take one of these and turn it into an envelope. Now these all have different patterns on the inside. Like this one's a little funky. I'm not sure. I don't know, it's kind of fun. Let's see what let's grab, I got my paper trimmer here. And the analysis paralysis sets in. So, all right, let's just do it. I'm gonna cut this down. Let's see if we can cut that print off. Like that. And I'm gonna keep these because maybe I can make some sort of little pockets or something with that later. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side and try to make it fairly even. That's not too bad. That's trash. Don't save it. Don't save it, April. All right, let's flip this so that the inside is on the outside. And we're going to want to cut that down so that it is, I'm going to need a pencil. That's a chalk pencil. That's not a pencil. I must have a pencil here. Ah, on my cart where it belongs. Okay. The thing about organizing is that you then don't remember where everything is. All right, we have a little pencil line. I kind of peeked under there. Center up so you can see what I'm doing. Nope, not like that. That was almost a catastrophe. There we go. I'll put that in the scrap pile. Maybe we'll use it. And then let's cut off this little old flip flap. Open it up. Flip flap is a technical term. That is trash. What's funny is my trash pile and my trash container and my scrap pile are right next to each other. So You tell me which is which. All right, that's my bone folder, and make a little, do it this way? Sure, why not? Let's make it a little smaller so it's got some more, just a little overlap. Is that even? Maybe. That is a funky print. All right, that seems mostly straight. I've got a little envelope here. I think I'm gonna glue this one because if I stitch, I think I'm gonna get into that window and I don't know if it's gonna just make a bunch of ugly holes or anything like that. So Beacon Fabri-Tac. And I'm just gonna run a little bead. Oh, I'm gonna try to run a little bead. And that was way too high up. I have a tendency to go way too high when I'm making envelopes. All right. Just a little glue. I think I've got a paper towel here somewhere. There we go. In fact, I've got 2 paper towels. Let's do this and I can get some of that extra glue off. I think I'm gonna go through and cut these into whatever formation and then circle back and decorate them so that they will go in my journal. So we'll start with the basics. So that's one. I got a little envelope here. It needs creased down. It feels so crooked, that flap. I'm not sure what happened. It's straight on the back, but it feels crooked on the front. Maybe it's that pattern. It's messing with my eyes. No, it's definitely crooked. Okay, we'll just leave it be. You tell me, is it crooked? I think it's the pattern. So there we go. There's envelope number 1. So when I put something in there, that is going to show through. That's so cute. And I will do something to cover up that on the inside later. All right, let's see. Number 2. I don't know how many we're doing. I'm numbering these like there's an end goal, and there's most definitely not. Let's see what's on the back. I'm trying to take into account the print on the back of these, but you know, I can cover that up. So I have another one like this. So I had a tendency for a while, I was just keeping these really huge window. And then I'm like, oh, I'd like some small windows, please. And now I have to kind of rummage. I swear everything they send me in the mail comes with these really big windows anymore. So how about, you know, let's do one of these big ones. I want to do like a corner decoration. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer again. And some of that print is going to stay on here, but I think that's okay. We'll try and cover it up later. We'll keep the little bottom pocket, little bottom piece, and let's see, what's a, oh, I didn't even open it. I was nice and I cut this one on the end or something. It didn't even open up all the way. I want to be able to slip this over the corner of a page, but which way is that going to go? Are we going this way or are we going this way? That is the question. All right, since there's a bunch of extra material here, let's go here. All right, it's done. There's nothing I can do about it. So this one is going to go this way. Let me grab, there we go, some of my pages here. Let's see how this works. So this will just slip over like so. That's fun. Obviously not on this page, but there we go. Now it's all the way on. So that'd be nice for a page, and then maybe I can do something in the window, or it depends. It depends if there's something on the page that the window will frame. I'm gonna noodle that one, but that is definitely going in. So that was easy. Gosh, I mean, decorating it's gonna be probably the harder part, but. And I don't have, she did this really cute over the page flip, but she used 2 identical, do they have to be identical? Can I just be a rebel and not have them be symmetrical? I think so. I mean, it's a junk journal. It's supposed to be a little wacky. This one I'm excited about. That, I don't think I've seen a window like that. Not often. So that we're definitely using too. All right, back on task. So maybe I could do a little over the top flip and just use these and not worry so much about them being not the same. I think it's okay that they're not the same, but let's make them the same width. So, or the same width-ish. Let's just cut. They're not going to be the same. They're not spaced the same. Okay. Stop worrying about it. Just cut it. We are cutting things with abandon today. So, and then I think let's cut off. Let's leave some space to decorate. There we go. That's trash. And there we go. Here's my other one. I lost it in my pile of things. All right, so this one is going to go like this. And let's make this one shorter. Well, we can make it shorter later. Yeah, let's make it longer and then we'll cut some off later. All right, so in theory, these are the same width. They are. Oh, maybe I'll go this way. And then they're gonna hook together with a piece of fabric. I'll go ahead and do that. Why not? So let me reach for my, oof, all the way over here. This is my bin o stuff that I pulled out for this project. And I've got some fabrics in here. Let's see if, and I'm not seeing the fabric that I want. Oops, things all over the place already. That's cute. Got some purple and pinks and golds and, ooh. Okay, so this is a scarf. All right, let's put this all back out of the way. This is a scarf, but it's got like this open weave pattern to it. And I found out that if I cut it like along these, I had a little test cut, it makes kind of like a fringe and it's so cool. I thought it might unravel. It did not. I can find where I cut it. No, it doesn't matter. Let's just chop into it. So I got my sewing scissors. And let's see. I should cut off like a piece of this first so that there's like a chunk that I can maybe, with all this fringe and stuff. So I'm gonna, hopefully I'm not catching my envelopes under there. I'm just gonna cut along here. There we go. So now I've got this to play with at a later date. Toss that back in the bin. And how wide do I want this to be for this? It's gonna go that way. Is it gonna go that way? It might be better if it goes this way. Let's go right here. Oh, make sure we don't inadvertently catch something underneath. When I first opened this scarf up, it came in a kind of a grab bag of scarves at the thrift store for a couple bucks. I was like, what am I going to do with this? Is it going to just disintegrate when I cut it? And sure enough, it's very unique and different. All right, bump in my camera. There we go. All right, so I like that. That's going to overhang. And then this is going to go over the page to the other side. Now, I haven't cut this direction. We're about to find out what happens when I cut this way. I am going to glue it down, so I think it'll be all right. Let's cut here. A little bit away from that connection point, and then we'll glue it down real quick, and it'll be fine. It's fine. Get our handy Fabri-Tac. And I think I'm going to go, was I going to go this way? Yes. I think it's okay if it covers up the window a bit on that side. And now I'm second guessing gluing this on right this moment. We might have to come back to that. I think we need to decide what's going to be inside of there. And then do the little over the top thing. Okay, we'll come back. We will come back in just a minute because we're almost, I think we're going to do 4. I think we're going to do this guy. This has got to be a belly band. I don't know what else it could possibly be. It's a belly band. So, it is about the right size already. So oh, it could be a tuck. Oh, I like that idea. Let's make it a tuck. So I'm just gonna cut so that that text is gone. And then this is gonna need to be trimmed down so that it's gonna fit a page. Can I stick it in here and center it up and make some marks? There we go. About yay. And then I bump it. Okay, there we go. As long as it's just about right. And we'll cut it down. Boy, now I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh, wouldn't that be neat if that's just what it does? It just slides on and it sticks up a little bit. Oh, we're gonna do that. All right, I paused, I had to think, and I'm gonna leave it like this. I think if I cut it and then try to attach it again, I'm gonna lose, and then I'm gonna end up way down here and it's not gonna stick up anymore. So I like that. It's like a cool over the end of the page bookmark or something like that. And I've got some ideas for it. So I think that's number 4. So now I've got 4 different things to decorate. Let's put my extra envelopes away, back into the stash, off to the side here. And let's start making some things to go with these. All right, so I've grabbed my antique linen distress ink, and I'm gonna use some of that on these today because this kit is kind of dark and moody, but there's these cream tones in it. So while I don't feel like I need to go overboard in like covering up all this white, I do feel like toning it down a little bit. And this might be super subtle. Let's see here. This is just really light. It's just gonna kind of age this a bit and tone it down. And I'm gonna start with this over the page flip since I kind of cut that fabric and then noped out of it because I just wasn't ready. I hope you don't mind my kind of, you know, manic, sporadic, I don't need to do the back of that, crafting process here. This is really how I work on projects. I kind of bounce around. If I feel like I stall out, I move on to the next thing and try to just keep moving and keep creating and not just sit there and noodle one problem for half an hour. Nothing gets done that way. I might get up and take a break and, you know, go do something else for a bit, and then I'll be sitting there and that back of my brain, that little voice will say, aha, I figured it out. So, and then I run back to my table and I start working again. So you can see that's super subtle. The camera might not even be picking up a lot of it, but it toned that down for me. Let me stick these other ones to the side. All right, so I've got my 2 pieces here. I know I'm going to connect them with this. This is a little long. I might need to cut down one more segment on that. That's not a big deal because I just wanted to flip over the top of the page. It might be half that. But I think I'd like to first cover the back. These are pockets, correct? Yes, if I seal up the top ends, those will be pockets. So I want to cover the back with something a little nicer. There's this print and stuff on there. I think I'm gonna go with a light. I dyed a bunch of paper purple. This is a super light purple. I've got darker purples as well. I kind of started with a light purple food coloring in my water, and then I kept adding dye as I added pages later and later in the dyeing process, and I added some black, I added some blue, and so it really gave me a progression of colors to kind of work with in my journal. And I've got a whole pile here. But I think for this, I'm going to go with just this light color because I'd like to be able to write on this. I think this is a great place to kind of pull this off and write on it. So I'm going to grab this piece of scrap paper and let's just cover the whole back of this in my Oohoo glue stick. I like this glue stick. It glues pretty quickly. And see if I can just line that up with the corners. Grab my bone folder, smooth it down. I might close up this end here too. Why don't we just do that? I just unscrewed the whole top off of my glue. That was almost a disaster. Let's use the glue stick. That glue is not treating me well today. Let's just, there we go. Just a little line of glue and close that up. Now I'm gonna cut this out, not with my sewing scissors. Just use my regular scissors. And give that a trim. And then I'm gonna repeat that for the other one. There we go. Now, got that nice writing area. I don't think I'm going to embellish that further. I don't think there's a reason to. Some stamps might be nice, but I'm going to do something to tuck into the pocket as well. So, oh, and I have some purple, I think purple index cards somewhere. I might need to jump up and go find those here. Let me get this glued down first. Try not to squirrel away too quickly. That on there. I'm going to seal up that end as well on this one with my glue stick, just so that stays closed. There we go, and trim it up. And then I am going to go rummage and see if I can find those index cards I just mentioned. I have a box where I kind of stash away some, ooh, I'm trying not to cut my envelope while I do this. Paper trimmer might have been better. So I have a little box where I stash away things that are not special, but different. And those things should probably end up on my carts that I've just organized on, but for now, they still live in the box. So let me go find those index cards. All right, here we go. Not only do I have index cards, but I have some giant tags, but where are the purple ones? There they are. So I've got these purple index cards. They are lined on one side, which is nice for the journaling aspect. And then grab a couple of those. There, well, the yellow is a little bit too yellow. Pink's a little too pink. The blue would be nice. The blue goes, let's see. I can use that. Let's do one purple, one blue. Let's see if these even work with, oh, reach all the way across, put those out of the way. Are these even gonna work? It's a little short. This one's gonna work well. Let's see, I might need to cut it down. Yeah, let's trim that down just a bit. And I'll do a purple one for in there. There we go. And then I think I'll trim it down again and put a tab on it. I say it with a question mark because I'm just not sure. Seems like right along that line. Or let's get rid of, let's make it stick out just a little. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's nice. And then I could still do a tab if I want later, but it's not mandatory. So I've got that side to write on. I think I'd like to, whoops, that was loud. I'd like to round the corners on that. It makes it a little easier, I feel, to get it in and out of the pocket. So I'm gonna use my quarter rounding punch, and looks like I arbitrarily chose the small setting. There we go. And now I've got that, the lines on one side, and I think some sort of embellishment on the front would be nice. Did I pull out, let's see. I've got these embellishments that I made in my last video. Oh, I have this one that I fussy cut out. Something like that, but let's add some more stamps or something to the background. All right, let's take a look. What do I have? What do I have that I haven't used in a while that works for this project? That's always the question, right? I'm not thinking of you, not that. Ooh. Oh, what if we did her? That's fun. Oops. Stamps everywhere. I think black ink. Is it still sticky? A little bit, yes. So we will do that. Grab the black ink. Now is this gonna, I mean, we'll try to line her up so she kind of is right in the middle and hopefully her face will show through. This is a little bit of a gamble, but it's a gamble I'm willing to take because that'll be fun. And I really feel like this kind of is a fun stamp to incorporate into this theme. And I'm gonna try to center it up. Maybe towards the bottom. I've gotten ink all over me, and if it comes out really bad, we can do it over, but. All right, that was not a great stamp. I think when I stamp on this textured table, it doesn't do a very good job. Let's see what we got though. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I did just get ink on the inside of my window, so I'm gonna try to get that out. There we go. All right, let that dry. I kind of like that it's distressed. And what about, I have some gold pens here somewhere. All right, so gold pen. And what if we just kind of did a little, add a little detailing just for fun around the edges. Oh, what about those little check? I'll like put some gold dots inside the checkerboard. Let's do her hair on this side as well. And that's kind of fun. Let's distress the outside edge. I think I'm gonna stick with the black. Might as well. And keep it bold. I also have dark purples and blues as well. Maybe it's worth adding, oops, a little bit of that in. Fingers just let go of that. What about some of this blue? I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. That's from the linen color. Got a little bit of, we'll just kind of hit. Well, the ink is not dry yet, huh? It's okay, I like the smudges. And I just sat it down on top of the blue ink. That's okay. A little bit sloppy today, but that's fun. Look at that. How cute is she? And I'm gonna let that dry for a minute before I put it inside. But hopefully she's gonna peek out through there, and then I have a journaling card. So what about this other one? Let's see here. This card is a little on the short side for in here, so I don't think that's going to work. How about that? Seems like it's about the right size. Look at that. I'll cut it down just a little bit, but I'm going to keep these edges. Let's see here. Get my sewing scissors out of the way. I feel like this video is going to go a little longer than I intended. I want those to stick out. So I'm going to do this. And I just want to trim a little bit off. The scissors just jumped off onto the floor. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna go a little long today, but I think that's all right. Oh, helps if I get the open ends. There we go. Oh, how fun is that? And then I've got these little things sticking out, and I can do danglies or tie some ribbon on there. I like weaving ribbon in between those. Oh, that's a lot of fun. All right, let's make sure that this is dry. It wasn't. Let's try again. Boy. All right. Blotted a lot of the extra ink off there. And oh, got caught up a little bit. There she is, our Queen of Hearts. peeking out through the window. Love it. And now let's do the over the top. Yeah, I'm definitely going to cut this down. So let's do right like that. And then I'll glue that, I think like that. And then I might put this to the side for now while it's drying until I can decide what else I'm going to do. But also this video is going to run a little bit long and I'd like to touch on some of the other ones. I'm to the point on this one, let's see, right about there, where I might wait until I know exactly where I'm sticking it in the journal, and then I can add some more embellishments like some ribbon or trim or something like that on there. But there's the over the top element. I'm going to let that dry, and at the end here I'll kind of show you what these would look like inside the journal. I'll grab one of my signatures and do that. All right, so you go to the side so you can dry. There we go. And let's move on to another one. I've got some scraps of paper here that are left from, oh, how fun is that? I like that a lot. Can I layer these? I tore some of the edges with the decal edge ruler on my papers, just to kind of shorten them up a bit in my journal. And these are the cast-offs. And I think I'm going to use, let's use some blue ink. Add a little blue on there. Just kind of pop those edges. But I saved all those edges. I saved all the trash. And I'm going to just glue these on here. That would be cute. And again, some of the embellishments are gonna just have to come back. I'm gonna have to come back, and once I know where it's gonna go in the journal. I don't like to do thick embellishments unless I know it's gonna be somewhere. Oh, there we go. They can handle a thick embellishment because sometimes things get too chunky and then it won't fit in the pocket you really wanted to put it in, or so there's only so much I can do. There's that, and I'm gonna trim that up a little bit. That's right, the inside of this. Let's address the inside of it. Trim that better. There we go. So I've got those little overlaps there. That's adorable. And the inside, what do we have here? I've got this cutoff. Why don't I just use the cutoff and make a little like patch to cover up the inside? Oh, can I do this without? Oh, there we go. And this should just fit. Oh, look, perfect, just like that. Probably should have used my glue stick, but that's okay. This will work just as well. And boom, goodbye, big box store. All gone. There's my little envelope. Do I want to, now if I add a thumb hole, it's probably going to come down into the window. I don't know if that's a huge deal. I don't know that I need a thumb hole. There is ample space for me to have whatever it is poke up. And now I'm saying that, and now I really want a thumb hole. There's my punch. Let's pull that off. And see if I can slide that in there. Just about in the center. Hopefully. Yeah, close enough. All right. Oh, that was good. That was kind of shallow. That worked well. And now my little boop, and stuck inside. And there we go. So cute. Quick little envelope. And then the front decoration will be whatever goes on the inside. So there's that one. All right. So for this one, I'm going to keep things pretty simple. Get rid of this black ink. I'm just gonna hit it with the antique linen. And then because this is going over the edge, that's the lid, I thought I would just do a strip of fabric. So I did grab some fabric here to the side. I have it already sewn together. I will show you that in a second. The back of this is plain. I didn't see any writing or anything like that. So I just wanted to dull down this bright white on both sides. Now the back of this might be a good place for a stamp. I kind of like that idea. If I can get a better stamp than I did with the Queen, the Queen of Hearts. I've only used that stamp a couple times, and it both times has been, I think it's because my mat is not entirely flat up here, so maybe I need to be stamping more this way. But let's see, oh, or something like that. Oh, I like that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. This is one of those stamped ephemera pieces from my last video, and I have my little box of those here as well to pull from, which is the whole point of having those made ahead of time. So I'm going to put that one here. Bone folder. There we go. And maybe a little stamp on the top, because that is going to be sticking out. And all of my stamps are all the way over there. I stacked them up and put them neatly out of the way. I want one of these, oops, sorry about that, one of these border stamps. Let's see. I think I'm just going to use this long border. And I've got my big block here. And let's do, oof, black again. Oh, let's try it. I am just not sure on the black ink. All right, and just a little bit on the top. Oh, and you can see where it's the ridges. Can I line it up and? Oh, that worked. Okay, good. I love these clear stamps for exactly that reason. All right, there we go. Put that away. All right, I'm not mad at that. That came out quite nice. I have to start stamping on a different surface. Let's put the right lid back on the right ink. And I'm going to flip this over. Just putting some paper behind it in case that ink is not dry. I am trying to go a little faster. I've gone a lot longer than I expected to today. And I've got this strip of, these are two fabrics stitched together. And I'm just gonna glue that right down there. I think, let's turn that because there's a little extra. So I'm gonna grab my Fabri-Tac. And this isn't quite as purple as, I've been doing a lot of purple and black, so hopefully this isn't a mistake going into these kind of purpley reds. But I wanted to have a little dimension, not just be like purple and black, purple and black. So. All right, there we go. Fold that over. Maybe I'm gonna leave that be because I might fold that over later, or I might add an embellishment at the top here once I decide where it's gonna be in the journal. But now that's kind of ready to slip over a page. I do feel like I might want some more. Leave it be. Leave it be until you know where it goes. You can decorate things up to a point, but then until you know exactly where it's going to go in the journal, it makes it a little difficult to finish the pieces up. So, all right, 1, 2, 3. I know I got this last one, which I'm also going to back with some paper. I think I'm going to do a coffee dyed paper this time. I had some that I used stencils on, where I put the coffee dye in the spray bottle and put the stencil on top of the paper and sprayed it, and then I put another piece of paper on top of that, and it gave me kind of a reverse where it did the shape of the stencil itself. So let me see if I can find one of those to go on the back here. That's one. It's not very dark. Oh, there we go. That side is quite nice, so I'm going to use that. And just like I did on the other ones. And that way it has kind of a finished back. And I think I might like to do something on the front as well. So let's get this on there. Boop. Okay, I want that side. Just line that up, corner. There we go. Give it a trim. So as I've been making videos, I've gotten more and more comfortable with letting you guys see kind of my manic crafting process. Before I was kind of editing my videos more, and I was like, you know what? I feel like people need to see how chaotic it is a lot of the time and not just like think that I make split-second decisions and and things just come out looking pretty okay. So, so I've been just letting things take their course. All right. I want some purple. Where's the purple? I had some purple that I cut earlier. There we go. That is too small. That will work. I want kind of a square. Not kind of a square, I want an actual square. How big of a square? I'm not sure. Let's go with a 3-inch square. Okay. And I want to fold this into a triangle, like so. And turn that into a little flippy thing. That's gonna be so cute. Let's use, I've got my blue ink dauber, so that's as good as anything. There's lots of blue and purple in this journal. So let's go with that. And then maybe one of these on the front. Let's see here. And a flower, perhaps, mayhaps. Possibly. That is not going to fit. I could trim it down. I think I will trim it down. Let's go like this. That's kind of cute. And then I feel like I'm going to want to add like a button or some other little embellishment there later on, but I kind of like those tucked together. I am going to go with the brown walnut stain distress ink this time. Of course, I think I've used my brown and my black. I've crossed the streams, so to speak, and so now I've got, they're kind of mixed, so that's okay. That'll make it kind of darker and moodier. Do that and that. And then depending on where this ends up in my journal, I can add some more embellishments onto this depending on how much thickness I think I can use. Because I'd love to do a button or a rhinestone or something like that, but for now, I'm just going to stick with skinny flat stuff. There we go. And then this is going to go on here. Just, oh, I have no idea what happened with my glue there. There we go. I think it'll be easier to glue here. I did put that in the right place. Yes. Yes. So now I've got this cute little flip open kind of space to write in or add a little secret surprise. I love that. I feel like I want some fabric on the top, but I'm not sure what fabric I want. So I think, again, that's going to be an embellishment I'm going to add later. but that way it'll peek out of the top. So some fabric up there, journaling space on the back, a little hidden journaling space on the front, see-through, and I think that's it for now. Now let's play with the journal pages, and you can kind of see where all this is going. Oh, this might be a fun place even. Somewhere like this. You see how it like pokes through? Yeah, it wants to catch on that tip top. There we go. So you can see the paper through it. Either some stamping or some fabric or something like that on the top. You've got a journaling space on the other side. And then this is where I would look at it and say, oh, maybe I want to around the corner, or we'll put fabric on both sides, or add fabric all the way around the edges, or who knows. Once I find the spot, that's when I'll start picking some of those. So that is going to be adorable. This guy is going to go over just something like this. And again, it's about finding the right spot for it so that whatever is in that frame is like kind of jumping out at you. Even if I end up decorating a page special for it, or even inserting something on the inside, I will do that once I find the perfect spot for it. But there's a lot of cool imagery in this journal kit, so I'm sure I can find somewhere where I'm like, oh, that frames that so nicely. And then again, some writing space on the back. This guy, it's going to be so cute. It's just going to go right over the top of the page, right like that. And I'll probably pick a plainer page than this so that you can really have the queen kind of jump out at you. This feels a little bit floppy, so I may actually grab some black felt and shore it up on this side just to give it a little bit of extra stability, because this is not fun to take in and out. You can see I am unraveling a bit. I probably will unravel until I hit the glue, so, which is fine. I like that a lot. So, but here we go. Let's grab one of these other pages. So I might shore that up on the back. I don't see any reason I can't do that. But there, something like that. That is adorable. And then you have both sides, and I'll have lots of space to write, or maybe I'll do some stamping and then have a writing space on the back. So that will to be decided. And then just our cute envelope, which obviously will go into a pocket somewhere. I've got, you know, some pockets kind of built in already. And then whatever's inside will peek through the window. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that my little wackadoodle process here didn't put you off too much. I just was letting it flow today, and this is just how I work. And I jump around and I'm like, oh, the cover's not working for me anymore. Let's do some envelopes, and then let's go back to the cover. And then, so it's a lot of back and forth, whatever strikes me in the moment. Hopefully this inspired you to grab some junk mail envelopes and do a project of your own. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos and where I go with my dark forest journal. And I will see you in the next one.